Have you ever heard the terms chest feeder, birthing body?
I don't think women should ever be demeaned to something so simple as chest feeders. It's just nasty.
For me, I like to be called a woman.
When we talk about rights for women, it sometimes excludes members of the LGBTQ community, so I think it's important to have those kind of terms.
Very disrespectful.
As a woman, I don't feel like that's appropriate, and it makes me feel like people like that use that term are superior to me.
As a trans woman, I think it's just really disrespectful because we all are all human.
You go to a university, you hear these types of terms.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me.
The pedestal that women are supposed to be put on is getting ripped out from under them. They are destroying the very things that they believe they're fighting for. It's dangerous to women whether they realize that or not.
Well, the question is, by being more trans-inclusive, are we erasing cisgender women, or as you were just saying, just woman, people whose gender identity matches the sex they were assigned at birth?
The way that you defined it is the way that it is ordinarily defined in society today by some, but it also assumes that there is such a thing called gender identity that we all have. That's an assumption, right? And it may turn out to be true. I don't think that it will, but it might. But it's important to at least acknowledge that we're making an assumption that gender identity is something we all have. I would say that I don't have one. I would just go back to saying I'm a woman because I'm an adult human female. I'm also a woman who cannot have babies. And I think it's very important to acknowledge that a woman who cannot have babies is a woman in a manner that it is not true that a male person could ever be a woman.
May I say something?
Yes, please.
So your gender identity, though, you just described yourself as a woman who can have babies. That is a gender identity, just as my trans and non-binary identity is a gender identity. Just because it goes against the norms doesn't mean that your identity isn't any less of an identity than mine.
So I would just say that that is not an identity, it is a biological reality.
That is what you say.
That's what you say.
Yeah. No, it's just what's true.
That's what you say, and it's fine. It's fine. I take it because I can't have babies either. But that's what you say, and what you say is not law.
Can I just make the point that
you can make a point, girl.
Even non-functioning female anatomy is still female anatomy. So the fact that you can't have a child or you can't get pregnant, that doesn't diminish the fact that you are a woman, because you still have the anatomy to do so.
Those are two different things, though. Being a female anatomy, having female anatomy, and being a woman are two different things.
But they're not, though, because
they are.
Well, I could go get the anatomy.
Well, what is a woman then?
Why does it matter so much to have this differentiation? Why is it so important to hold on to this definition of biological
I could offer
feminine?
something.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking you.
So
why does it matter?
Dr. Phil in earlier was talking about how the women's movement has achieved certain objectives. Women have had to fight for our rights for thousands of years all over the world and for hundreds of years in this country because we have been discriminated against and excluded from public civil society, from the educational arena, from the legal arena, from numerous arenas on the basis of sex. And many of us who support those movements are not about to turn around and pretend that sex is not a meaningful legal and physical category.
So why not have another group of women join your fight and it be more force in numbers
No kidding,
than for
dude.
you
Yeah,
to
we need
exclude
allies.
us based on what you're talking about?
All women are welcome to join the movement.
Do you mean trans women are welcome to join the movement?
I don't mean men, I mean women.
So you think trans women are men?
It's not a matter of opinion. We're talking about the material reality of biological sex, which is grounded in science and reality.
But sex and gender are different.
Women are female and men are male. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to say that. It really is.
It's okay for you to say it.
It's okay for anyone to say it.
Dr. Phil, may I bring it back around to your original question, please, about language? Because you said something that really...
This is Danny, by the way.
Yeah, my name is Danny. I'm a non-binary birther. For those of you who don't know, I gave birth to my child 20 months ago at home. It was beautiful. It was a spiritual experience.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I did it as a non-binary person, not as a woman, just to be very clear.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.